Something I instinctively loved about my partner when I first met him is how slowly he lived his life. It was simultaneously frustrating to my fast-paced, frenetic self. My default is go, 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 do, 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 and I knew that I needed to slow down and enjoy the simple things in life. So I recognized that even though I may feel frustrated by his slowness at times, it would be a balancing energy for me. As I've grown older, my focus has shifted. After adopting a more slow and simplified lifestyle, I get excited when I find a new mushroom and bring it home to fry up in some local butter topped with herbs from my garden. I get excited when I discover that an invasive plant growing right outside my doorstep is a potent herbal remedy that could have taken the place of antibiotics when I got a staph infection. I get excited when I chop my first log into firewood. I get excited when I run through the forest and hop over streams and jump into the ocean in the middle of winter. I get excited when I find a $2 book on beekeeping at my library's book sale. I never thought I would be satisfied living in the country, but I am so glad I gave rural life a chance because it is so enriching and makes me feel so alive. Living immersed in nature allows you to just be. You can spend entire days just simply being and cultivating your inner purpose. When you are able to access that timeless state, it is incredibly freeing. There are no expectations for you to be something or do something, you just are. There are no expectations to live up to, and the pressure falls away until you reach an expansive, wild space within yourself, where you are free, you are a part of nature, no longer observing it from the outside. You are the eyes of the wolf. You are the crest of the wave. You are the fog over the mountains. You are the sparkles on the water. You are the red, ripe berries covered in ice. You are the whirling wind. I think reaching this state of being is necessary to start to heal our relationship with nature, to heal our hurting lands. Because once we recognize, once we feel that we are nature, we will no longer be able to tear it apart, because we will realize that we are literally tearing ourselves apart. So I invite you to reconnect with the earth that birthed you. Remember your roots. Notice the birds soaring on the thermals, playing in the wind. Notice the sunrise and the sunset. Notice the 4 directions. Notice the morning dewdrops. Maybe even let your bare feet touch the ground. So for this video, I think it is due time for me to share a bit about myself and how I came to be on this island. I was born in Montana, and when I was still a little baby, we moved back to Maine, where my mother's family is from. And since then, we moved around a lot. We lived in Florida, Vermont, Massachusetts, and all around Maine. And as an adult, Morocco, California, Oregon, and Arizona. It's not that we are a military family, it's just that my mother is a self-proclaimed seeker. And as a child, I mostly lived rurally, had a stint on a 100-acre farm, learned piano, how to ride horses, and karate. I consider it mostly an idyllic childhood. And as an adult, when I finished college at a small liberal arts school in Maine, I traveled throughout the states and discovered my love for Argentine tango and other forms of partner dance. I then came back to Maine for a summer to work and explore my interest in cooking. And there I met my partner and traveled a little bit around that next winter to pursue my love for Argentine tango, but had to come back a little early because of some health issues, and I also wanted to pursue my new relationship. And when I came back, I kind of landed fairly permanently because my partner and I eventually decided that we wanted to buy land and homestead. And while I was always drawn out west, I decided that I needed more water security in order to invest in a piece of land. And I love Maine. I love the big mountains. I love the coastline. I love the ocean so much. I love the ample fresh air and clean water and good soil. And it's where all of my family is from, so it just makes sense. There aren't as many dancing opportunities as I would like, and that may always feel like a bit of a missing piece to my puzzle, but for now, I'm content, and I trust my inner guidance to pursue that missing puzzle piece if it ever becomes necessary. My partner and I both love to travel, and right before COVID, we were traveling for 4 months throughout Thailand and Vietnam, and then we were in Sweden visiting my sister when COVID started to get really weird, so we decided to come back to the States, and we came back to this island because it's where my partner's family has a home, and we had depleted our funds after traveling, so it made sense. And after being on the island for 2 years, we bought a piece of land off island where we planned to homestead and grow and raise most of our own food and medicine and building materials. Overall, we just want to build a self-sufficient permaculture paradise. And that being said, we're still considering putting some roots down on this island that we both hold so dearly in our hearts, and it's really unparalleled. So quiet and peaceful, and we're kind of having a hard time imagining leaving. So alongside all of these external actions, I have been for a decade exploring consciousness and the inner landscape of the human experience. I'm deeply interested in psychology, and I consider myself a serial researcher. I love to gather more information about, a topic below the surface, to investigate what is really happening, and to form my own opinions about things. I'm borderline obsessed with gathering information, yet I'm a little shy to share the knowledge that I've learned because I'm often very overwhelmed by the complexity to everything and my lack of eloquence to express that complexity. So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to sharing some of my thoughts on this channel and going a little bit out of my comfort zone to share some of the knowledge that I've garnered over the years and just some of my thoughts about life. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you're having a good day, and I'll see you all next week.